Hello, my friends. Well, now, I had a hard time finding a place to record for you tonight. That was interesting. I'm not going to complain about this at all. Roger's doing laundry, which means the entire inside of our house is noisy. Those of you who live in trailers know what it's like when the heater's on, or the air conditioner's on, or the washer's on, or the dryer's on. The whole house is very noisy. And my usual spot that I do out on the porch is not available at the moment because Roger's watching a movie on his laptop out there. And I didn't want to disrupt him to ask him to come inside. That just didn't seem fair. So I carried my camera all over the house looking for a spot with light, which our house on the inside is kind of dark. And the only place I found was one particular place sitting on my bedroom floor, which is where I am, and also, hey, I haven't seen him in a while, where Mr. Ernie is. Yeah, say hi to your fans. So if I'm in a room, he's in a room, he's now sitting on the floor next to me. So the lighting's not so good, so I'm probably going to be very dim in this video, and I apologize for that. But well, I do get a chance to show you the furniture behind me. And the reason I'm showing you the furniture behind me is it was my first experiment refinishing furniture with chalk paint. That piece you see behind me, an end table, what do they call that? What you put next to a bed. It's not an end table, there's another word for it. But it's meant to be at the side of your bed, but not in our bedroom because the bedroom's not big enough. So it sits back here instead. I'll remember what that word is for that. Somewhere along the way. You're probably all yelling at me right now. But anyway, it is dark mahogany. And when we started working on the repaint of our house and lightening up all the walls and the furniture, I thought, well, let me see what happens if I paint it. And then I did some research and got a good recipe online for making chalk paint, because if you've ever explored buying chalk paint, it's ridiculously expensive. Oh, but it's cheap to make for yourself. And it worked out just fine. And in fact, it's a little hard to see. There's a large high boy. And yes, I do have a kitchen clock on the floor in my bedroom. It's staying there until our kitchen is painted. It's actually a new kitchen clock, but I'm being stubborn. It's not going up until we have a new kitchen when that gets painted. So I'm very proud to be able to share with you the furniture that I chalk painted. And I also did a china cabinet, which was my great-grandmother's, which is also mahogany. I did that Wedgwood blue, and it turned out beautiful too. I was very proud of myself. That was the first time I've tried something like that. Well, let's see. I don't really have anything. Oh, I didn't take a picture. I forgot to. Oh well, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. We felt like being outside today, but it was in the 40s. And after having had days in the 60s and 70s, neither one of us felt like being outside in the 40s. So Roger said, is there any place you want to go for a ride to? Remember I told you the other day about Roger and taking rides. And I thought of one place that I had on my mind that I've been wanting to go. There's a place about 30 miles from here, which is really, you have to go 30 miles in one direction or 60 miles in another direction to get to any collection of a variety of stores. Very limited choice near where we live. And some of you may have one of these in the area where you live. They're all across the United States. Ollie's, which is a discount place. They buy overstocks and things like that, and they sell them at reduced prices. But this time every year they have a really good sale on flower pots. A really good sale on flower pots. So I said, okay, it's the time of year that Ollie's has a sale on flower pots. Let's go. So it's a beautiful drive to get there. We end up in Salisbury, Maryland is where we end up. But the drive between here and there is nothing but open land, and it's a beautiful ride. So it was a wonderful day for that. Like I say, the day couldn't have been prettier. It was just a bit cold. I took some video here and there along the way, and we don't do dinner on Saturdays because we go for breakfast in the morning. So we did go for ice cream tonight, and I took some pictures there. That's on the Delaware Bay, here in Delaware. So if you see water pictures, you're looking at the Delaware Bay. So it was a wonderful day. We ended up out until 6 o'clock at night, just taking our time and enjoying the sights. And I got some fantastic bargains on the pots I was looking for. They're plastic. I guess they're called resin, maybe. I need them light because I can't move around ceramic pots. And I had seen ones I really liked at Lowe's last year, but they were like $39.99 a pot, and I needed 3 of them. No way. So what I got there was 3 of them for the price I would have paid, well, less than the price I would have paid for 1 at Lowe's. So I'll snap a picture of those and probably add them to the vlog for tomorrow for you. And that was our day. I do have a couple of yep, Connie, I keep putting that music in just for you, hon. I got a question from someone asking me why I always take pictures of trees. Because I am totally fascinated with trees. The element I align to emotionally and energetically and spiritually is earth. Yeah, my good things and my challenging aspects are all aligned to earth. And trees, the beauty of being surrounded by them after having lived in a metropolitan area for so long. And I'm fascinated with them when they have no leaves, the patterns they make against the sky, what my friend Singh calls witch's fingers against the sky. Oh gosh, it's been years and years and years and years since I've heard anything from him, but I'll never forget that he described barren trees against the sky, whether it's a moonlit sky or a sunlit sky, as witch's fingers. And the shape of them, how they are so very, very different tree to tree. And the way you can't miss the evolving seasons by getting to know the trees around you. Right now they have the most tender of little green buds on them. And the courage this time of year when we are getting not a hard frost anymore, but an occasional frost, the lesson of the season, to be brave enough to start that first reaching out into the world. Trees fascinate me. And that's one reason why living in the trees now. I always wanted to live in the mountains because of that. Well, we might live in the flatland here, but surrounded by trees, to tell you the truth, I'm in my bliss. Absolutely in my bliss. So you're going to see a lot of trees still through the changing of the season. And then when everything has all these different colors of greens and the way that light changes and there's shade and contour to the land that's different because the sun touches it differently, yep, you'll keep seeing pictures of trees. And another question that I got was, you're always talking about how much you love where you live. What don't you love about where you live?